How's it going, Jack Tackers, and welcome back to another video for you guys. Today, I'm going to be continuing to review every movie on my top 100 favorite films list. Today's movie is number 97 on the list, and it is the 1942 Walt Disney animated Golden Era film, Bambi. So, let's just get on into the first part of this review, my personal history with the movie. So I discovered it when I was pretty damn young. I remember watching this movie since I was probably like 2 years old. It was one I had seen multiple times as a kid, but up until now hadn't seen it in a while, like probably in 10 years at least. But yeah, as far as my personal history goes with the movie, that's really about it. It was just one of those films I grew up with and really enjoyed. So why did I enjoy it exactly? Well, let's just get into that. I always liked animals growing up, and still do, to be honest. So that was the main reason why I liked it so much. To be fair, though, there were a lot of other Disney films that involved animals, but something about this one still shined. The overall look of this film is pretty gorgeous. It almost feels like you're watching a pop-up book. The screen looks so layered and full of life, like you're actually in a forest. The animation looks so great for the time and is pleasant to watch. This movie as a whole is pleasant. Well, most of the time. Yeah, there's some pretty dark stuff in here. Especially when, spoiler alert, I guess, but if you haven't seen this film, what's wrong with you? Anyways, when Bambi's mom dies, that hits really hard. I always was saddened by it, even when I was younger. The fact that you don't see her actually die and you never see the threat of man makes things a lot more mysterious and frightening to me. It adds a level of danger that makes you feel like anything could happen and that someone could be hiding behind the bushes ready to kill one of the characters. Everything feels unexpected, I guess. And in my honest opinion, though, I think after Bambi's mother dies, the film loses a tad bit of intrigue for me. And I guess we can sort of get into part 3 of this review now. How did this film hold up upon rewatch? Well, overall, still pretty good. However, this might be the first film on my top 100 favorite films list where I have to reshuffle my ranking a bit. Because, well, I think 50 First Dates, Shrek 2, and Short Circuit, I like them more than this movie. That's not to say this film was bad by any stretch of the imagination. I still love it to death. But I would be lying if I said number 97 is the correct spot for the film. The second half of this movie just isn't as great as I remember. There's some somewhat boring moments here and there, nothing to ruin the film or anything, but it kinda hinders it a little. However, there are a few really well put together sequences in the second half that are absolutely incredible. The fight between Bambi and that other male deer was fantastic and beautifully animated. The forest getting burned down, so heartbreaking yet stunning to look at. It kind of reminded me of that scene in Thor Ragnarok when Asgard's destroyed. I just got those vibes when I was rewatching it. I don't know. But, you know, when the second half is good, it's really good. Though Bambi to me isn't as interesting of a character when he's older. I always preferred him when he was younger. Same goes for all of his friends, Thumper and Flower. Speaking of Flower, I was actually kind of shocked when the grown up version of him sounded like a man. I always thought Flower was a girl. I mean, he sounded like a girl when he was younger. I suppose puberty just hit him really hard, but that was weird. The fact that his name was Flower and he liked flowers just seemed kind of feminine. And I'm not saying if you're a guy you can't like flowers or anything, but it just kind of threw me off, that's all. Another thing I want to mention, and something I picked up upon rewatch, was the similarities to The Lion King. Now, obviously, Lion King came out more than 50 years after this movie, but I can't help but notice some of the similarities between the two. I mean, all the animals gather around to watch the new prince be born, and both films end with the older versions of the characters have their children, as well as the love interests between Simba and Bambi. I mean, they both have one, and, you know, they end up getting together, having their children. Yeah, it's not much, I suppose, but it's still worth mentioning in my opinion. Overall, though, Bambi is still a tremendous movie. I absolutely adore it still. Maybe a little less, but I still had quite a pleasant experience while rewatching it. From the music to the animation, everything about the film is really nice. So, if you've seen this film, what are your thoughts on it? Do you like it? If you haven't seen it, I kind of spoiled a part of it for you, but I feel like everyone knows about it. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, get on it as soon as possible. Do it now, like right now. What are you doing? Anyways, if you guys like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Boop.